The girl had just come back from swimming in the river when she was horrified to find her legs covered in blood. As she stood there in confusion, she turned around and saw that everyone else was also screaming and running toward the shore. Their legs had also turned red. The lake water by the shore was slowly turning red as well. Something terrifying seemed to be lurking in the water. A boy who was just a bit slower than the others was suddenly dragged into the water by an unseen force. It turned out that the lake was full of flesh-eating lampreys. They didn't just appear in the lake, they started showing up all around the town. They even crawled through pipes into swimming pools and people's homes. Not long before this, a worker inspecting the drainage system suddenly spotted a lamprey in the water. He immediately crouched down and grabbed it, then reported the strange incident to his supervisor. But just after he hung up the phone, the lamprey in his hand suddenly bit into his arm. He managed to tear it off with great effort, but then even more and even bigger lampreys emerged from the water and launched themselves at him. Terrified, the worker collapsed to the ground and desperately tried to crawl away. Amid his screams, the 250-pound man was dragged into the water. Elsewhere, a man was fishing by a creek when he was suddenly attacked by a lamprey. An enormous lamprey leapt out of the water and latched onto him. His dog, frightened and confused, barked frantically and ran away, helplessly watching its owner get dragged into the water. The string of disappearances in the small town soon caught the attention of the police. They arrived at the lake to investigate and found 2 dead lampreys. Sheriff Jack suspected the missing people were related to the lampreys. To be safe, he proposed to the mayor that the dam's water source be shut off to prevent the lampreys from swimming downstream and harming tourists. But the mayor dismissed his concerns. It was peak tourist season, and water activities were the town's main source of income. Shutting off the water valve would cause major economic loss. Besides, he didn't believe that the cute lampreys could possibly attack humans. With that, the mayor hurriedly left the scene. Little did he know, not long after he left, a swarm of lampreys began pouring into the downstream area through the drainage outlet. At that very moment, a large group of tourists was enjoying the lake, completely unaware of the impending danger. It wasn't until Annie returned to shore and noticed that her thighs were red that she realized something dangerous was in the water. The tourists screamed and rushed toward the shore in panic. The lake water near the shore quickly turned red. Jack's daughter Annie was also present. After the incident, she immediately called her father to report what had happened. But ordinary lampreys don't typically attack humans. The only explanation was that they had mutated. Jack immediately ordered a team to investigate the matter.